All right, Maria, so how do I correct an over-mouthy dog? He's constantly mouthing me or my kids or things. All right, so this is a great question. As a matter of fact, I actually dealt with a dog today that was doing it. Here's the rub on this one, because it's a little random, right? You never really know exactly when the dog is going to do it. And yeah, your dog, he puts your mouth on you, holler no, and the dog is, then 20 minutes later, the dog is coming back and biting you again. So, hey, what in the world can you do? All right, I'm going to come out of the camera for a second. Let me see if I can grab it. Yeah, okay, here, great. I'm going to grab my backpack. It's my Mary Poppins bag, and I'm just going to show you guys a couple of different things. I got my dogs right here, right next to me, and they're just like, hey, that bag is open up, and I know you have all sorts of wonderful things in there, to be able to help. I know you guys already have a slip leash on him. That's actually a tool that you could use. You could use a slip leash to be able to help your dog, but I'm going to show you a tool that I got that's specifically for this issue. It doesn't work all the time, unfortunately, but it's going to work. It's going to work the vast majority of the time. Okay, so this right here is a pro slip collar. I had a local company make these for me because I was finding that you guys, folks, didn't necessarily want to have a leash. Yeah, that's right. He eats his leash, right? So you can't necessarily leave it on him. So the Pro Slip Collar, what it's designed to do is it goes over the dog just like your normal slip leash, but with as big of a neck as your dog has. You're going to put this on him, and what it should do is it should leave just a little piece that's hanging. And that piece for many dogs is going to be inaccessible. Because of your dog's size, you have an advantage there because there's not going to be a lot. So he would wear this. This is the first solution. So if he was wearing it, he's wearing it around the house because you're giving him freedom. So then the moment that you come out of the room and then all of a sudden the dog, comes and begins to mouth you and do all of that. So I'm going to give you the science and then I'm going to show you the technique. The science is, like I've told you guys, behaviors are modified by emotional consequences. Consequences that don't generate emotions in the brain don't tell the dog if I should do it more or if I should do it less. So you come out of the room, that's the trigger for him. Oh, I'm going to get her. And then he puts his mouth on you. That's the behavior. Here's the tricky part. Within a second and a half, you need to grab your Pro Slip Collar and begin to put some pressure down the line. You actually have to produce the emotion of being uncomfortable, because that uncomfortableness will tell the dog's brain the activity that I did leading up to that, I should do it less. Now, that's a one instance thing, and it takes you being prepared. It's such a good idea to have a tool like this on the dog, so that way when he's randomly doing it and you can't necessarily predict when it's happening, that everybody in the household can hold him accountable that we're not going to allow you to do that. Now, to be fair to your dog, it's so important that your dog actually get to mouth some things. Yeah, you got to be quick. You got to be really quick, okay? The remote collar can be useful, but the problem that I'm seeing with people in this behavior in the remote collar is that they have the remote collar on the dog does the behavior, but there's no transmitter to be found, and then you find the transmitter 20 seconds later, a minute later, 5 minutes later, and it's outside of the window for it to be effective for the dog. So the remote collar can be tricky. This can be good. Now, some people think that maybe using a prong collar, but I'm very wary of having my dogs running around unsupervised with a prong collar on, but that could be effective. Humans also tend to be a little too hard on the prong collar, so I wouldn't use that. So I think the Pro Slip Collar is a good choice. We do have those for sale, so if you're interested, I'd be more than happy to ship you one, or definitely I can bring it the next time I see you guys. I'm sure that's going to be in a couple of days.